Y'all doing? What a great freaking song. Vamster75, how you doing tonight? Yo, dang, Queensryche, yeah. Woo! I got to see them New Year's Eve 91 and then 92 live at the Seattle Center Coliseum. It was absolutely amazing. And they played the entire Operation Mindcrime album in its entirety. It was fantastic. Revolution. Yeah. So, had to play that song for what we were working on tonight, because we were painting the the Eye Tyrant, the Beholder, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna hopefully finish it up tonight. We'll see. But this is what we got done on it last night. About 2 hours of work so far. And if you weren't watching last night, basically my idea is that it's coming out from the dark cavern into an area that the adventurer is holding a torch or a candle or something. Like I attached a candelabra to this mind flayer uh, mini just to kind of show like this is what we're going for. This is so if it's coming out, then the torchlight, maybe they got to be like right there, something like that. Maybe they're a little further. So, but the lighting is hitting it like right in the face, and everything else is going to be in the shadow. So we'll see if I can pull it off. I've got this section here, the um, base coated in my blue purple mix. And I don't know if I want to go full orangey yellow up here because the main focus is going to be here on the face. That's where the light is hitting. So maybe this will just be muted regular color. We'll see. I got to give a quick shout out to Muse's Touch who followed me yesterday after stream. Really appreciate it. They were over on Monster Den Minis stream last night. We raided over there. So right now I'm going to work on getting the teeth done and probably put the dots in the eyeballs, and then we'll work more on the base here. Vamster, you're good. Awesome to hear, man. So I mixed a little regular ivory into my light umber. I like doing this mix. It's a good one for bone rather than going with your Reaper bone colors or what have you. I like doing this. It's a little bit more natural, I guess I could call it. That's kind of what we've got going on here. Can I get? Yeah. Man. There. So we're gonna mix just a little bit more ivory in to this. There we go. My socks is in. How you doing? Good to see you tonight. Are you now on your summer hours? Bamster says sorry cooking dinner and listening and watching at the same time. No, you're all good. Cook your dinner, man. Get some food. Kim made macaroni and cheese tonight. I should say craft macaroni and cheese tonight. My sucks is doing all right. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I had a nap after work, so I'm I'm bright-tailed and bushy-eyed. You're in your summer hours. Nice. I knew you were excited about getting those, so that's awesome. These teeth are so janky. It's alright, they're supposed to be. Yeah, now you can paint with me during stream. That's awesome. What I want to do, and what I'd love to try and set up, is actually do a paint night where we all paint the same figure, and then you can either post it in chat when you're done or up on my Discord. And we can all go, "Ah, oh, it's really great," or "Wow, Tom, you really sucked at that." Be cool if we could all get the same figure and paint together, though. That'd be. I tried to do that probably about 2 years ago. I was like, "Hey, everybody, grab this Reaper Mini because it's dirt cheap. You know, it's like $3, and we'll paint this rogue all together." And I don't think anybody did it. Yeah, it would be fun. It'd be a blast. Have a time where you and Alex and everybody can sit there and we all paint together and show off our work when we're done. What are you working on tonight, my socks? What's going on there? Alright, now we're going with just regular ivory. We're trying to get some highlights on the teeth. Bamster, what are you cooking for dinner? You're gonna finish up your Captain Marvel or Captain America from the Marvel Crisis Protocol game. Nice. That's a fun sculpt. I've been tempted to break down and buy the Wolverine and Sabretooth set. So I kind of want to do a little diorama with those two. That'd be fun. Well, it wouldn't be little, but it'd be fun. Alright, now we're going to go bright ivory. Just right on the top of the teeth ears here. This guy never listened to his mama. He never brushed his teeth. are bad. There we go. Let's see. Let's grab a little bit of this. Bit of my blue purple. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Because then we can go like this. I've been painting some of the dungeon in a box mini. It's nice. I've heard those are fun. I haven't tried those out yet. There's some good ones in those, yeah. The other ones that I've seen were the epic encounters that Steamforge Games have been putting out. I'm like, because they come with the adventure too, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. Thought about getting a couple of those. I kind of like the one with the dragon in it. That was pretty neat. But I'm like, where am I gonna put it? I'm running out of space already. Like I'm trying to sell a bunch of minis just to make room for the new good ones, you know. I gotta wait till that fully dries. Alright, so we're gonna grab a little bit of purple, mix it into our blue-purple mix back here. While we wait for that eye to dry here, we're just gonna do this. Like I said, it's kind of still back in the shadows here. Alright, let that dry. We got some skeletons here. bones right there. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a highlight back and through there. Looks like a full arm or something right here. There. Alright, while we wait for that to dry, let's see who's all in. We got Ava, Darla, Lonely E-Girl, H8 Hades, 8 Row, ASMR Miu, Dog 7, Deny, DN9N, Framerate, Smart Zinc, MySoxacourse, Regress, Rodorgisu, Scorpy 12, Shank the Noob, Tarsai, Vamster, of course, and Jeshti Key. Hey everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful night. Oh, that's what I want. There we go. Okay, so let's grab. Do I have a gray? Not really. I kind of do. I think maybe I should do a darker gray blue over that. Yeah, not that. We'll use a little bit of this first. We'll grab some coal black. What's everybody playing in terms of games right now? I don't mean like video games either, like, or video games if you're into that. But I mean like role playing games, board games, strategy games. Board games, card games, whatever. Hey, the Moes, what's happening? Yeah, we're slowly working onto the base. This is kind of where we got last night. Starting to work on the eye. We got the teeth done. You're playing D&D 5e, Baldur's Gate 3, and Magic the Gathering Commander. Nice, there you go. How is how's Baldur's Gate 3 with your new halfling rogue there? Webster says I'm running Dragonlance in 5e, playing another one as well, Magic as well. Nice, there you go. I've been kind of stuck. My my Thursday night game group has not been able to meet in like almost a month because one guy's been in training for work, and then a couple people have been out of town. So we haven't been playing weekly. So right now the only thing I've got coming up is my fifth ed game, my once a month game coming up on June 29th that I've been running. Just gonna get this. Mo says, going well, about to go rescue House and the Druid from deep inside a goblin-infested church. There you go. Cool. I gotta let that dry for sure. It's super bright right now. Or super wet, I mean. Because I keep putting paint on it. There. Mo says, hoping my luck is good enough with passive perception rolls to find the Zentarum hideout on the way. They sell some good stuff. Oh, yeah, they do. They'll get you in the end, but they do. Grab a little bit of our blue black. Mix it into there. Got a little purple. Mix it into there. Just gonna run this right back in here like so. Ah, that's too much. Too much. Too much. There we go. So I'm going to grab some Aldari Emerald. This is a contrast paint. And I'm just going to use it as a liner here. Go. And then we take just a dot of white. Like that. That eye is done. I think what I'm going to do with the smaller eyes you know what? Before I do that, let's give them a little bit more depth. So I saw a couple spots that weren't painted back there. small brush here. A little bit of black. And we'll just do a slit down the center here for these. Westfalia Miniatures, welcome in. How you doing today? Good evening to you as well. Lots and lots and lots of work. I got about 2.5 hours into this now. Put 2 hours in last night, and then got about a half hour in tonight. So, and I'm sure you're busy too. Taxes and lawyers. Ugh, that sounds horrible. Okay. Well, lots of prayers for Westphalia there. Taxes and lawyers doesn't sound like fun. Yeah, I try to stay away from both of those groups of things and situations, but especially the lawyers. The taxes, whatever. I can pay them and get them gone, but lawyers are just leeches. Yeah, it's not fun. But you're gonna. But I'm going now to jam with some buddies. Making music is my therapy. There you go. I did that last weekend and this very last weekend. Uh, 2 weekends ago, my band was actually in the recording studio, recording tracks for the new album, and then we go back in on the 14th to finish up guitars and vocals, and then we will get it produced. We'll get it mixed and mastered and ready. What are you playing? I play drums and I play for a band called The Serfs. That's SERFS, like medieval peasantry. And we are a Irish punk band. So we play a lot of stuff from, we do covers of like Dropkick Murphys, Flogging Molly, the Pogues, the Waterboys, and then just other fun stuff. And then we've got some of our own originals that we're putting on the album. So yeah, it's fun. Ton of fun. You play drums too? Oh, awesome. Yeah, it's definitely a stress reliever. Love to play funk, reggae, and death metal. Double bass for the win. I am a prog drummer shoved into an Irish band, so Irish punk band. So I every once in a while I throw a few little double bass kick stuff in just for fun. I never got into death metal, but I got into prog metal and prog rock, 70s prog. So like Yes, Rush, um, Pink Floyd, and then um, Dream Theater in the 90s. Jethro Tull. Well, I never got too much into Jethro Tull. Aqualung threw me off. I didn't care for that one, but I know a lot of people like Jethro Tull. And then I also like a lot of the, uh, what am I trying to think of? The symphonic metal, like Nightwish, and I think they call it sword metal. I like Dragon Force a lot. I'm a I'm an '80s metalhead, so I like a little hairband stuff too. So like some Great White, some Skid Row, Guns N' Roses, Bolt Thrower. I haven't heard of them. I've heard of Blind Guardian. You like it, Savage? Yeah. Um, I like Sabotage, which turned into the Trans Siberian Orchestra. But yeah, fun stuff. I think I blew Vamster's mind when I was playing Queensryche as the opening song tonight. Little Eye of the Stranger. I think the only kind of semi-death metal band that I have several albums of is Opeth. Got Opeth. But yeah. Let's see what else can I do here. So a little bit more of our bright ivory into our blue to get kind of a blue-gray. Because I kind of want this to be able to take some Gotcha. Tonight it's reggae. There you go. I got to play in this last Saturday. I got to play in a outlaw country band, a little trio that we put together. It was kind of fun. It's not often I get to play Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash and um, Willie Nelson, Hank Williams, and Hank Williams Jr. Stuff like that. It was fun. And who knows, we might do it again. We shall see. I had to dry this off here. Hold on just a second. You love the color shift on the Beholder? Thank you. Yeah, the idea, I've said this a couple times, is that this is the idea, is that he's coming out of a cavern. The adventures have popped into. One of the adventures is holding a torch, so you're getting kind of that orangey, yellowy hit on the face, but everything else in the back here, I wanted to still be in shadow. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. And this is my little place marker for where the light would be coming from. Like if he's holding that torch up, the light should be hitting right on the face. Then you've got kind of like the oranges and yellows kind of up in here, and then everything else kind of fading into that purpley blue in the back of the cavern kind of a thing. That's why down in the base here we've got a little bit lighter because the torch is still kind of going to be hitting back in through here, and this is going to be like grays. But I also want to use some contrast paint, again kind of more like a stain, to stain in a little bit of the orange tint down here, so that it looks like, some of the torchlight has hit down here as well, if that makes sense. I know that he's holding it up, so most of it's going to be up in here. So at least that's the idea. Whether I actually accomplish it or not is, yeah. It all makes sense now? Yeah, okay. I've got some pink foam out in the garage. What I should do is create a diorama of this, so there's more of a cavern up and kind of up and over it, so he kind of sits inside, and then you can kind of say, oh yeah, he's coming out and attacking the adventurers, or coming out to go, who's in my cave? I'm just hoping I can pull it off. I think this is only like the second time I've tried something like this. So we shall see if I can do it or not. Should use more gray actually on that. That's alright. Mo says, well, up to 5:30 a.m. alarm comes early. Just thought I'd stop picking and say hello. Happy painting. Hey, thanks you too, Mose. Take care, man. Have fun gaming, whatever you're doing. Get some sleep when you can. You'll play those drums now. Looking forward to seeing this bad boy finished. Cool, yeah. Have fun, Westfalia. I don't want to work. Just want to bang on the drums all day. I'll definitely get photos put up as soon as I get it done. So we've got some lighter colors in through here, so what's going to happen is I'm going to grab a little bit of this Nasdrag yellow, which is kind of more of an orangey yellow. I'm just going to kind of start putting it over here. Kind of semi-simulate where that torchlight is coming from. But not like back in here. That's still going to be dark. Especially, it's going to be heavy shadows if that torchlight is hitting it directly like that. Top of the head there. I'm going to use some of this yellow and orange mix I've got going over here. To once again kind of help simulate. light is hitting. It's okay if we mix it in a little bit with that Nasdrag yellow. Just makes that pop a little bit. So we take a little bit of this. Yeah, we're just going to do that. Looks better anyway. I can even kind of mix it back in there. Mix a little bit more yellow in. Put a little bit back in there. Alright, I'm going to try this real quick. Trying to emulate shadows. Add a little bit of black into our blue-purple mix here, just to put more shading back in here. There we go. I think. We're probably gonna call him done. 3 hours on him. Let's see if I can get some of this primer off of the flight stand here. Almost all gone. There's a section right there. There we go. finish up the border of the base here. Move on to something else. Alright, there's our beholder, our eye tyrant from Westfalia Miniatures is all done. I'll get some photos of it, throw it up on the socials there, and everybody able to see it. things I can't explain. You can surrender without a prayer, but never really pray. Pray without surrender. You can fight without ever winning, but never ever win. Win without a fight. I think that's one of my favorite songs off that album. That was Resist by Rush off of Test from Echo. So, I don't know if we can see this. Maybe I'm going to switch to a different camera here. Hang on. So, this is an alien head that's going to be for my friend Chris as a housewarming present for the house that he just bought. Him and his fiancée, Stephanie. He's a big Aliens fan. And just this camera here, we're just not gonna cut it. It's too big. Oh man, I don't even know if I'll be able to get back in there. We'll see. But I just want to get it base coated tonight if I can. Ooh, that was too watery. That's okay. This will soak it up quite a bit. This is obviously 3D printed. If you haven't noticed yet. And I was planning on just taking this outside and spraying it, but it's been so rainy and now it's humid out. I'm like, not gonna do anything. Not gonna help me at all. So I'm just gonna brush prime it, and if I need to, I can go over it again. Probably won't get to painting this tonight, but at least I'll get it semi-primered so that I can start on it when I can. This might be our Wednesday night work in progress thing. Been a big change from the past few years of drought, though. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and no winter. Yeah, we've had a ton of rain. It's supposed to storm again later tonight, too. I'm like, really? But yesterday we went and bought a brand new righty lawnmower that's going to be delivered on Thursday. So even if it rains now, I am prepared for the long grass. Went with the John Deere. Oh, sure, there. Went with the John Deere, you know. And no, it's nice. It's really nice. It's got one of those 30-second oil change filters. So I had to read up more about that. That looks pretty cool. He was showing it to me yesterday. I'm like, well, you know what? If you're only changing the oil once a year, it's pretty nice. And it's weird. So I remember thinking that $3,000 or $2,500 or anything over $1,000 was pretty freaking expensive. Yeah. Dropped that in a heartbeat yesterday. But we could afford it because we haven't been doing anything super expensive. That's why we're hopefully getting a new kitchen this year too. I'm supposed to be working on that. Gotta get the car fixed too before we go on some trips. I need to call our mechanic buddy and find out what's wrong with her. We got a weird, I think it's probably a hub now. We had the alignment changed. We checked the brakes. There's a weird sound coming from the back left tire or wheel. So it's probably a hub. And while I've changed my fair share of hubs, I don't want to do it again. I just don't want to do it anymore. So, there. Okay. We're going to let that dry. Oh, where am I going to put this now? We'll put it right there. Right there, let that dry. Okay, I should get to Shane's deal here too. This is a 3D printed alien hand thingy. Ah, that still smells funky. Has that weird funky resin smell to it. I'll probably go back to, yeah, that's what the hand looks like. Yeah, I'm going to paint it just the same way as I painted it before. He's going to be in purples and greens. I just want to make sure that I get into every little nook and cranny here. And this will probably take a couple coats. How very handy, exactly. He's going to use this to photograph the jewelry that he does. So he's going to put the piece of jewelry in the center and then photograph it. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if I can get back in there with this brush, which means I'm going to have to use the little one. Oh, bother. Okay. I say oh bother like it's like a Winnie the Pooh. Oh bother. Christopher Robin said that he would meet us here and we'd have a bit of honey. Whenever I get frustrated, I think of the there was a book called Tales from Jabba's Palace, and it was all about the different characters that were in Jabba's palace the week, month, and day before Jabba was killed by Princess Leia. And the barge blew up, and Luke got away, and Luke, Han, and Chewie, and everybody got away. Right before, during the events of Empire Strikes Back. Or not, Return of the Jedi, what am I saying? And they did a bit about Bib Fortuna, who was Jabba's major domo. The guy that said, "No Jabba, no Bada," right? The Twi'lek guy. And it was the name of the short story was "Of the Day's Annoyances." I love that title. And he would have he would always come up with a list of the days, the things that annoyed him throughout the day. This happened. Here's, it's almost like here's one more thing that I have to deal with. I just thought it was funny. Of the day's annoyances. Oh, jeez Louise. Back in there. I was watching this one painter, and he had thinned down really, really super thinned down white paint, and he was putting it into all these little intricate details on this arm. This, I think it was dwarven armor. It was 40K for sure, but it was dwarven armor. And I'm like, how is he doing that? How is he getting it so thin that he He would literally like just touch the area and the paint would flow into where he needed it to go. It's like, screw you. How do you do that? I want to learn how to do that. How can like I've gotten paint that thin. Yeah, it was a Voton uh, mini for sure. It was all in armor, power armor, and he had it set. It was definitely like a scratch built thing because he had the figure, right? Had the figure, and then off to the side was a little plastic piece that he had painted like, and it was coming off the, like he had like a little headpiece, and it was coming off in like a wedge, and then he had a little flying robot thingy here that was that he had glued on and attached to that, but that little uh, clear plastic piece that he had constructed, he had painted to make it look like it was like a hologram thing. And it was super cool. But then yeah, he was just like, oh, here's a little um, little design on the armor, and it's sunken in, right? And so he was just like, bloop, just a little dot of white, and it would just flow into the area. And then he was using an airbrush, and I'm like, I don't use an airbrush. I have one. I don't use it. Buddy gave it to me like 10 years ago, and it worked a couple times, and I don't think it's working anymore. It's an older one. It's kind of a hunk of junk. Definitely not a Badger, an Iwata, or anything like that. It's like something else. Usually acrylic inks can do those sort of things. Maybe that's what he was using, was acrylic inks and not white paint. That would explain it. Okay, so we got that primed up. Ooh, okay. There. Some water. Let's see. What else can we do here? Oh, yeah, we can do. Schwarzbauer got me this guy. This is Vincent from Final Fantasy VII. I gotta do some cleaning up on him though. My sock says I have some AK white acrylic ink here, and I use that on my Verminlord Corruptor to fill in some gaps and dry brush and dabbed in some Tesseract glue to really make the color pop. Ooh, that is a sick model. Yeah, isn't that a cool model? I kind of wanted the other one where he's... This one's a little, like, too cartoony. There's another one where it shows him, like, his cape's flowing and it's, like, attached to the base. And he's jumping and shooting his gun. And I'm like, oh, I want to paint that one. I gotta get some of these little things gone. That's the chain to his gun, so don't cut that. Oh, that's going to be fun to get back up underneath there. Maybe I should leave him off the base. Should I leave him off the base, or should I put him back further on the base so I can get up there? Yeah, I'll put him back further on the base. Oh, he's stuck on there now. I put him a little bit further back on the base so I could actually get up underneath the cloak there and get back behind. And that way I can do some other stuff on the base too. Rather than putting him right smack dab in the middle. That looks like. Oh, that's going to be hard to do. Without breaking his hand. It's a little. Wish I had a little trimmer. There, got that one. They shouldn't have put a support right there. That's dumb. I gotta try and get in there and just cut that off. I don't want that on his hand. There we go. Got most of it. There. Oh, did that take us? No. 1, 2. That's curled under. Okay, we're good. For a second there, I thought I got his pinky, and I didn't. I didn't. There. Oh, I'm out of black. Okay. Well, it's a Rebirth black brush on primer here. If I can get it out of the bottle. So I remember that he has black hair. I think he's got a red cape. But I gotta look up all the rest of his colors. It's funny because I never played Final Fantasy VII. I played Final Fantasy IV, and then I tried to play Final Fantasy VIII, and I couldn't get into that one at all. I got like part of the way through it. I'm like, I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. But I watched my friends play Final Fantasy VII for hours. And I liked that one. I specifically liked Vincent. If I could have found Vincent, like, riding a chocobo, I'm sure it's probably out there, but I think that'd have been cool. There. Okay, got him primed up. Let's see. Let's test. I test a color scheme here. So I've got this hybrid Tyranid looking thing, right? And it came Schwarzbauer got me 4 heads with this thing. And he gave me the base, which I thought was super cool. But I want to use it for my D&D game as a souped up hook horror. So if you've ever seen the hook horror, it's kind of got like a beak face, like a bird beak face. Well, for this one, we went with more like, here's like the regular Tyranid style heads, right? Pretty cool looking, spiky bit, kind of fun. But then he also went with the Predator alien head. I'm like, oh man, which one? It's cool. I can paint up all 4 of them because they're magnetic. But some of them only fit, like a couple of these don't fit super well, even though they're magnetic. Like, it's on there, but you can see like the gap. It's not a good, it's not a great fit unless I put it like down here. And it's not that bad. It's not super noticeable. But like that's pretty frightening, right? Open mouth. Now, but is this is as the Predator alien head, is this more frightening than, say, than that? I would say this is more frightening. It's got like the spiky horns and stuff like that coming out. Yeah, see, that's more frightening, right? I mean, this is cool. I love the alien hybrid head. But that thing is just frightening. It's scary as heck. So I got the alien hybrid head that's open with the other little mouth coming out, and then I've got this one here. And then this is the other kind of Tyranid looking head. Still with these kind of braided things, which doesn't make the head fit completely on the body quite well. I think I'm going to do this one. I think I'm going to do this head. I'll paint them all, but... So this is the color scheme I want to go with here. And I'm going to grab some ivory. Oh, I think I'm running out of my ivory. I gotta go get some more. So this is what I'm thinking. And once again, this is not display quality painting at all. This is going to be for my D&D game. But not down in here. This is what I want to do. Is I want to take this more ivory color, and I want this to be kind of like bone, because hook horrors are bony looking, right? So if I take this, let me thin this down a little bit more. And I just do this section here. Oh, Kraken, hello. You love me some Mantic? Okay. So if I do that, I gotta get underneath too. I might as well do that section. Alright, let me try this real quick and then I'll show you what I'm thinking. Okay, so I've dried it. That's the base ivory color, right? If I take a little bit of... Here we go. And again, I'm just using these as a stain. I'm not going to keep it this color. So we've got our base of ivory. I've grabbed some Skeleton Horde contrast paint. What if I did... just a test. What if I did this over the top of just like the armored plates? Everything else is going to be a different color. I haven't figured out what color I want to do it yet. Armored plates and the teeth. And like I said, I'm just kind of getting it all over here. Okay, so we've got that. Darkened areas here. So we've got that. I'm going to dry this real quick and I'll show you what else I wanted to do to it. Okay, so I've dried it. And it's giving us that real nice, you know, kind of dirty bone look, right? I don't want dirty bone look. So if I go back to our ivory, I am here. I am here. I'm sorry you had a stressful weekend. Yeah, more like a bone carapace, exactly. On our Tyranid hybrid hook horror. So if we start doing the teeth, like so. Sorry you had a stressful weekend, Tux. It sucks, man. But like, so like, how cool is that? That looks good, right? Or is it too bright still? Oh, you took it in foster. She wasn't doing so well at the shelter. She was just going to stay with me for a week or so and calm down. Um, the storms went through and she pushed herself out a small broken window while I was sleeping. Oh no, did you lose her? Oh, I hope you didn't lose her. Oh no, I hope you found her. So if we keep highlighting here, go back in with our ivory. You caught sight of her today, but she kept running from you. Oh no. Poor scared puppers. Well, we're trying to leave like the darkest recesses alone here. See, like there's little scratches in it. Well, Tex, I hope you get a chance to find her and you bring her home. Poor dog's probably scared to death. especially with any more storms rolling through. Slow chased her for a while, but finally she disappeared. I think she went into hiding under a house. Oh, poor baby. I live in a historic district, so we have a lot of houses on raised piers. Yeah, for like flooding and stuff. You just kind of see what I'm doing there. I'm just trying to keep that mid and dark tone in there and start highlighting up here. Your beat, yeah. Gave up after looking for her for over an hour, not seeing her again. Oh. Maybe leave a bowl of food out or something, and make sure your neighbors know that she's out, so they can help look forward to or grab her if they see her. Yeah, she's probably hiding somewhere. So what do you think about that? Like, here's almost not quite like the finished side, but then what that what it kind of looks like. I think it looks kind of cool. I think I'm gonna go with this. This is my thought anyway. For and I'll do a couple others. I want to do a couple of these with different color schemes. Yeah, I just want to get her someplace safe. Absolutely. I would definitely let your neighbors know that she's out and about, and then also let the cops know, because if they're aware that like she's not a stray, you know, she's a foster and she got out because she was scared. Maybe they can help you, you know, grab her. Yeah, they got equipment that they can help with. And so they can grab her and get her back to you. Yeah, and and the cops, animal control. Okay, good, good, good. I'm sure if they see her, they'll grab her. Hopefully. Even the homeless people here, the rescue org is going to see if they can send a trap down into the area. There you go. Well, it looks like it's sounds like it's well in hand, so I'm sure you'll get her. We'll get her home. In the meantime, fix that window. That doesn't happen again. I think that looks. What's time today? My feet are killing me. I was out in the pouring rain and lightning Sunday morning looking for them, walking around in wet shoes all day and messed with the soles of my feet. Oh, yeah. Yeah, your feet are all messed up from that for sure. Oh, I think that looks pretty cool. I think if I hit it with just some bright ivory. Let's see if I've got it. Yeah, I got enough of that. Looks good. Okay. I think this is the scheme I'm gonna go with then. I kind of like this. So if I hit it with the bright ivory, not even, it's not white. It's still like a creamy off-white color. It's just brighter than the regular ivory. We're getting. I think it's almost perfect as is. I think if we just give it like on the edge here, right? These teeth a little bit more of a highlight. And just a little bit of that goes a long way. Maybe the very tips of the spines. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like right like that. That way it makes it look sharp. Like these are bony edges. You don't want to get caught by these. And yeah, we're definitely not going pure white. We don't. I want to go up to that. But I think that looks cool. So if we grab the rest of the body here. Oh yeah. What do you think? I think that's a pretty killer color scheme. At least for the bony plates, like the claws for sure, the carapace. Now I gotta figure out what I want to do for the arms. What does... Let's do a Google search. Hook. Hook. Horror. Go. Images. Oh, those are scary as heck. Okay, so this is the original Hook horror, or one of the original Hook horrors. I'm going for a hybrid Hook horror for my D&D game. This is Tony Dieterlezy's version of the Hook Horror back in second ed. But if we go the Forgotten Realms wiki, that's what they look like. So I'm kind of leaning towards that to an extent. Or, like this one has more purpley skin. But again, I kind of want this to be like a hybrid looking thing. So here's another one. Aren't they a demon? Hook horrors aren't demons per se. They are if I remember correctly, they are um, a wizard's abomination. Yeah, the one for 5e is definitely the purple one. Yep. Oh, that's kind of a cool one. Check that one out. That's kind of neat. I like that. Ooh, My Mini Factory has a bunch of them. Brutro. That's kind of a neat one. I like that. That's kind of cool. But I don't want to go straight up off of the D&D colors. Baby hook horror. Just a baby. Um, Vulture. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Official AD&D hook horror. Vulture human monster. This was the official figure for um, Quest for the Heartstone, because we just played that and they were talking about that figure. Oh, that's kind of a neat one. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. See, now that's creepy. Alright, I kind of like that other one. Yeah, where'd it go? Yeah, that one there. Kind of like that one. So maybe I'll go with like a kind of a gray, quote unquote, skin, and then the bone carapace. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think that would look pretty cool. Because I like this. All right, so kind of a gray. It's a blue black. So let's see how this looks. So I'm using a blue black here. So if I use this, it's work in progress Monday. Next question is, do we keep this bone, or do we go with our kind of our blue black gray? Would that look good? Again, kind of that two-tone. Let's see what we're dinking around here. We can always go back and change it. Oh yeah, that's pretty freaking ominous, I think. I believe we have found our color scheme for our hybrid hook horror. And then I think what I want to do is a little bit of our ivory here. Go over this section. Like so. Here's where we start getting really creepy, as we start making it look real. I like a little realism in my fantasy. I want these critters to look like they belong in the world. Alright, give me 1 second here. So then we take a little bit of Volupus Pink. I'm not going to do the entire mouth like this. But if we do these little tendons, and that down like that. I can even do the tongue this color. I'm going to take a little bit of Blood Angel's Red, and we'll do the inside of the mouth. Huh? Okay, I like that. I like this color scheme that we've got going on here. So if we grab a little bit of ivory, a little bit of our blue black, we're going to get that. No worries. Fallout 76. What were you playing? Nice. Okay. I like that a lot. A little bit of that ivory into our blue black, and we've got ourselves a nice kind of gray tone cooking here. I'm just going to take this out for a second so I can get back in there. I think that looks pretty cool. What do y'all think? Another highlight, of course, on that just to make it pop, but kind of like it. We'll have to bump up the pink a little bit. So if we do a little bit of ivory into our blue black here. Very nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, just that little bit of a highlight right there made that pop. I think that's our color scheme. The bone color for the carapace, the blue, black, gray for the fleshy bits. I think that looks cool. Let's see what it looks like actually on the model here. Just so we can do a yeah. So that look very cool. We get these ivory bony bits for the carapace, this blue black in here for the flesh tones. I think that's gonna look really neat. And then I could even run a little bit of uh, run a little bit of pink right in, even right in through here, just to have that be a complementary color. And for the mouth, I was like, hey, these stretch, right? It's muscle right in through here. Yeah, okay. We've got our color scheme. And it's 10:30. I've been on for 2.5 hours. I'm going to go ahead and call it for the evening. Oh, thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I'll get some photos of the beholder up, along with a photo of the head for our hook horror Tyrannid hybrid thingy. And then, keep this out so I know what I'm doing. And then eventually I will get photos of this other piece that I'm working on, which I'm doing off screen. This is the hybrid alien dragon that I'm doing. He's going to be my white dragon for my D&D game. And I've been slowly working on him. I really want to make him pop for the players, so when I throw it on the table, not throw it, but when I place it on the table, they go, "What the heck is that thing?" And that's kind of what I'm going for there. But I've got some blues, I've got some turquoises, I've got purples, some bone color, and of course grays and whites. This is the dragon from Dungeons and Lasers, and it was fun to put together, actually. But I want to get some bright frosty blue up in here, and maybe even some along the back. But yeah, this has been what I've been working on off stream. Kind of a semi-palate cleanser. So, let's see if there's anybody we can raid here as we end the evening. Who is on? Let's go ahead and raid Paint Chantress. And because she's working on more of her bone ship. Looks like she's actually working on a skeletal horse right now. So we're gonna go ahead and raid her. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and happy painting as always. We'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.